Welcome to On the Raid podcast. Tonight we're diving into deep, raw, real stories. Tonight we have JJ here. A friend of mine I made acquaintance with one of our other guests we've had on here, Drift. And we're going to talk about his life through addiction. It's not just drugs, it's also alcohol, and it's some of his time in prison. See how he turned it around, how he has a different outlook on life, and just all around why he's such a good person now. Because, when you get a shitty hand and you sometimes you do it to yourself. Sometimes, it's just circumstances. Why did you choose to be a good person or not? Why do you choose to do what you do now? So as always, myself, Terry, and you have Mr. Savage here.
Hello.
So we're going to deep dive in. And before we start that, JJ.
What up? What up?
Introduce yourself.
My name's JJ Money. I stream on Twitch every morning. I'm 34 years old. I'm from upstate New York. I've dealt with a wild hand in this life. I was in a crazy car accident when I was younger, drinking and driving. I had a 3% chance of living. I came out of that. Still went down the wrong road as a kid, but now I stream on Twitch and we can get going.
Nice. Mr. Savage, I know you haven't met JJ before tonight. So yeah.
What up, brother?
What up?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. JJ's one of those guys, very, very funny, very cool, calm, collected. I never really see him fucking crash out. I've seen him crash out actually only once. And this is when I saw Drift crash out. They were just going back and forth at each other, and it was fucking hilarious. But yeah, they take COD seriously. They take Warzone seriously. So,
Right.
especially ranked. It's a fun time.
Yeah.
So, JJ, let's start from the beginning. Walk us through how you started out with alcoholism in the first place. Like, how did that come to be? Because you said from a young age. So, how old were you?
Yeah. So I'll break it down. Like growing up, I had a great family. My mom and dad were together. My dad had his own landscaping and snow plowing business. Everything was great. I was an all-star quarterback. I was always like the man, if you will. Loved it. It was great. My parents had mad money. And then I was in private school. And I went to private school for high school. And one day I was waking up for school and I heard a knock on my window and I thought it was one of my friends, and I was like, yo, leave me alone. I'm getting a ride to school. And they were like, colony police. And I looked at the blinds and my house was surrounded with more cops than I've ever seen. And I was like, shit. And then my aunt was living with us. We had like a modular. She was living in the basement. She came up and opened the door. And like they came in the house and just arrested my mom, my dad, my aunt, and everything. They took all like the TVs, the computers, all that stuff. And I called my cousin. And actually, it was a crazy story. Like my phone alarm went off, and I went to grab it, and they were like, "No cell phones." I was like, well, "What the fuck?" So they took my aunts, my uncles, my grandma, everybody. They called my family the suburban organized crime family. They were doing like insurance fraud with car accidents.
Okay.
I was 14 at the time when they got arrested, so I had no idea. But like I said, they took everybody, my aunts, my uncles, and then my parents got out on bail. So now this is what I need you to realize. Like I said, growing up, I was the man.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to private school where I went from middle school to private school where I like fit in, but that was all like they were like money when I think I was kind of like fake money, you know what I mean? Like new money.
You're just like, we're well off, but we're not like,
right.
Yeah.
Right. We're well
upper middle.
Like we don't have like millions. Like I remember going to my friend's house one time and I was like, oh my God, you have a tennis court? I was like, what? Oh, then I had everybody basically turn their back on me. All my friends, well, all my friends, their parents were like, don't hang out with him, don't talk to him. So it was like, and it was nothing that I did. You know what I mean? It wasn't anything I did. So then, excuse me, we had to go through that whole process. They were going through a long ass trial. And bang, I was 15, and my it was all publicized, it was on the news every day and everything. And so the final verdict, my mom and dad were the only ones that were found guilty.
Hmm.
They had like a 72 count indictment against them. They were only found guilty of one. But when they're reading the thing, my dad brought a thing like this full of antifreeze to court, and he drank it because he thought he was getting 25 to life. He drank it, and he got put in the hospital. I remember my mom coming home and saying, like, your father tried to kill himself, and I was like, what? I was like, oh shit. I broke into the hospital to go see him and stuff. It's crazy time.
Okay.
So when he did that, he got sent to Marcy, which is a medical prison, if you will, while he was there. And my mom was waiting to get sentenced. So while she was waiting to get sentenced, she'd be like, oh, I gotta go shopping at Walmart, and it'd be like 10, 11 at night. And I'd be like, all right, shit, cool, I'm gonna go out with my friends. So this is when I first picked up a little bit, very, very, like, I'd go drink a few beers and be like, oh, I'm fucked up. You know what I mean? And, but I remember my dad calling one time, and I was talking to him, and he was like, watch your mother. And I was like, what do you mean? So during this time when she said she was going to Walmart every time, I called Walmart one time and she wasn't there. So during that time, she was having an affair with her lawyer.
You gotta love that.
Yeah, that was a tough pill. So then my father actually got out on appeal. He appealed his thing and he got out, and he was working with my uncle at McDonald's doing the electric one time. So we went down and met him for lunch. This was around August, and my birthday is August 13th. This was probably like August 5th or 6th, right before my 16th birthday. We went down, we met him for lunch, and he was like, we're gonna get through this together as a family, you know. And I was like, all right, sweet, blah blah blah. And then I was going to the Colony Town pool with a friend, so my mom dropped me off, and that was the last time I see her. And she took my two little brothers with her.
Interesting.
So then one night, one of my friends from CBA, the private school I went to, came over, and we drank a handle of Captain Morgan, and I had to go to the hospital, and I got alcohol poisoning.
How old were you at the time? Like 15, 16?
15, 16, that was the first time I really drank.
Okay.
And that was rough. Now, when this happened, my dad took it very hard. Like, he was in bed crying, you know what I mean? Just real down, real out. So I would try to be like, yo, dad, come play basketball with me and my friends. Come do this, come do that. But at the same time, like I said, we lived in a modular, so he stayed upstairs, and I would throw parties downstairs. I started throwing parties downstairs, and that's when the drinking really took over. Like,
It seems that happens. So when your dad was going through this at the time, because like obviously not how you are now, but back then, like you kind of was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I want kind of thing? Or was that your way of grieving, do you think?
I mean, now I feel like at that time that was my outlet, because when I was going through this, I didn't have my mom to fall back on. I didn't have my dad to talk to. I had nobody. My aunts and uncles they all took my mom's side, so they were like, stay away, basically stay away in a sense. And it was like I was just out here trying to raise myself. Wasn't Looking back, I made a couple wrong decisions, but
Yeah,
I did the best I could.
I mean, I always no matter what I tell people, especially when younger people come to me, like, well, I don't want to do this, might get in trouble, I might fuck on the line. It's like, yeah, if you don't try something new and get out of your fucking little safety bubble, you're never going to know what you like or don't like in life.
Right.
You need to make some mistakes because you're young. Make the mistakes while you're young in the first place. Don't go out fucking, doing like, hard things and hard crimes and things like that, and where you can like destroy your fucking life. But go out and do something stupid, like go out, go to a party, do this. Don't do the stupid shit. Just have a good time. Just hang out, get a taste for it. Because like my friend once, they were going to college and they're like, well, I don't really want to talk to people or anything like that. It's like, why? You don't know them. Yeah, I get it. You might be a little introverted, but it's good to like get to know people, learn to at least because if you think you're gonna sit at home for like 30 fucking years, it's not gonna happen like that. Eventually you're gonna have to move out, find your own little circle. It might not be a big circle, find like 1 or 2 friends. Something like that.
Now I feel like at this time, like I said, growing up, I went from being the man to having everybody turn their back on me. So when I started throwing parties, that gave me that feeling back, like, wow, these people like me. Wow, I'm popular again. Wow, I'm this. So it gave me a sense of like false friends too, because at the end of the day, these people weren't my friends. They were just around because I had the spot to party at.
Yeah.
Like, but you see that now. I didn't see that as a kid. I was like, oh, I have so many friends.
Yeah, I know a lot of people. A lot of people say like they wish they were popular in school and stuff like that. And like for myself, I guess I was kind of semi-popular, but it's not one of those things I was like, oh yeah, look at me. I was like, I just treat everybody like they're fucking normal. That's all it was. Like, and I grew up in a really small town, so there was like it was cliquey. It was obviously cliquey because that's everywhere you go. It's cliquey. So, there's people that are like in ag and farming, agriculture, stuff like that. People in band, people in football, people like, all the way. It goes like that. But I kind of mixed in with all of them. So it wasn't one of those things where I thought I was better than anyone else. And most of my friends were the same way. And everybody considered us the popular kids. And we're like, why? We just don't care. You're a person. We treat you like a person. And that's fucking it. Like the only thing you just don't get in the way of is us going to work out and go in front of our football. That's all we. So anything else is we're good with it.
Right.
So yeah.
Now I had two different sets of friends too, because I had the friends from my private school, and then I had the friends from South Colony that was like the public school, because I went to middle school with all them. So that's who I was throwing the parties with, and then like the people from CBA, like they wanted to come to the parties, but I was like, I kind of was ashamed after going to my one friend's house and how big it was. I was like, nah, bro, I can't have none of these people here.
So you felt ashamed because he had all this stuff, but in everything,
bro, his house was huge.
Like the mansion, the pool, the tennis court, everything like that. But then you're like, I just have this little bitty rinky-dink place.
Right now, granted, like I threw like my house was still pretty big, and we had a lot of people. Like I was sleeping with like the hottest senior in Colony, like that was my girl and everything. So it was all right. It was a fun little time.
Well, that's a good start. So that's where you started. That's a good thing. So you always tell people all the time, don't drink if it's not for you, right?
Right.
A lot of people don't know if it is or isn't. I come to find that out going through life and everywhere I've been, that there are people older than me that have never touched a single sip of alcohol. I'm just like, how?
Yeah, it's wild.
But it's one of those things of, if you do it, just be prepared. Take yourself like seriously a little bit there to make sure that you don't fuck yourself over.
Right.
So yeah, because there's lots of things that can happen. DUIs, so many different things. DUIs, like fucking, you could pass out somewhere randomly. Trust me, that's happened to me.
Oh, that's happened to me a few times. Quite a few times.
Yeah.
I remember this girl in high school. She was at a party and she got pretty wasted. And I wasn't at the party, but this is what the stories were in school. But she passed out walking home through like the trail that she leads back to her place. And she passed out, hit her head on like a rock, knocking herself out basically after that. Like, and then she almost landed in like a puddle. So she almost like drowned. So she was like 6, 7 inches away from the puddle. But she came in the next day and she had a huge gash and a lump on her forehead and everything. So it's like, it was legit. But it's just like, you never know, right? You gotta be careful. Always have someone with you that you know that's going to be responsible. And if you need someone to drive you, make sure that that person is going to be responsible, not drink. Or if they are going to drink, but not drink a lot.
Right. Now this is
I don't trust nobody when it comes to that, man. It's like, because there's many times I've had somebody like, I'm DD with that, and they were underage.
That's
So
usually me
cool.
because I never get drunk. So I never drink enough when I'm out to get drunk. I have one drink and then I go call it there. Like I'll go out to like dinner, have a drink, and then that's it. That's my limit because I know I'm driving, so I want to be responsible. If I'm at home, then sure, I'll drink a lot. But
Yeah, for
that's-
myself,
now
it took me.
that's what turns into this. Like, obviously, it started off as just the weekends throwing the parties,
mm,
you know, and then it turned into pretty much every day,
mhm.
every night, and so this was like my mom left in August. This was probably September, October. For Christmas, my dad had bought me a brand new car.
What kind of car was it?
It was a
What was
Honda
it?
Civic.
Not a bad car.
2008 Honda Civic. It had the digital dash. I loved it.
Not a bad car at all.
Now
Very reliable.
I'll throw it back a little bit. He had bought me a car before he bought me a brand new or not a brand new, a 5 Series. But I was like, I don't want that.
Okay.
So he got me the Honda in December.
Okay.
And then obviously I didn't really have anybody telling me I couldn't drive, or so I was driving after 9. You're not supposed to. I was drinking and driving. I was doing all the things that you shouldn't do. And one night that all came to an end. That was a rough one. I was drinking with my best friend's girlfriend and this other girl, and we had a bottle of liquor. We all we drank pretty much. I don't even know how much I drank, but I tried to drive. I was racing my best friend's sister to to Mobile on Wolf Road, and it was the last person there had to pay for the blunt.
Yeah, okay.
And I have no money. So I was flying, and the road went like a S, and I lost it on the S, and I was going like 100, we'll just say 100, and I flew 120 feet out of the car butt ass naked. I flew out of my clothes. My engine flew out of my car through a house, and it almost hit a gas meter. I'm just sorry. I'm trying to pull up. I got pictures.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't really see it that well, but yeah. Yeah,
That's what the car looked like.
Yeah, you just send them to me, and I can pull them up whenever we're done with everything.
And it's crazy. So I went into a coma, an instant coma. I got airlifted to the hospital. I was in a coma for 2 weeks, and it took me 2 weeks to learn how to walk and talk and get everything back together.
Okay. I get that. So, drinking obviously kind of fucks up your life right there. So from there, you went to the hospital, coma, came out of the coma, and then what happened after the coma?
Well, I had to answer to that because they obviously knew I was drinking, and I had the same lawyer that my dad had for his case, and my lawyer was like, I'll get you 5 years probation, and I was like, sweet. But I woke up with a TBI and a plate in my face. I got a stars right here, and I got a plate holding my eye together. But so like before that, I took like the law seriously. I took everything everybody said serious. After that, I was like, whatever. So I kept driving. I kept getting pulled over. So when I went back to court, the judge was like, all right, have you been driving? And I was like, well, yeah, I got like 14 tickets. And he was like, all right, we're taking back your plea. You could go to trial, or you got to do 6-5 right now. And I was 17 years old.
What's a 6-5 for people that don't know what it is?
6 months in jail, 5 years probation. So I was like, I was like, you mean I gotta go to jail right now? I was like, I got plans to go to a football game with this girl tonight. And he was like, yeah. So I was like, oh my God. So they took me. I did my right there. I had to go to jail. That was a tough spot because they didn't throw me in like the baby juvie or nothing. They threw me in with the adults.
Yeah, they charge you. They charge you as an adult.
Right. And
Yeah.
my lawyer was like, can he have his youthful offender? And the judge said no. So at 17, I had a felony right on my record. So that closed the door for a lot of things in life.
Yep, it does.
And so that jail time was a little crazy.
Yeah.
There was a MS-13 member in the pod that I was in, and we got in an argument one time, and I told him to suck my dick.
You were really full of yourself when you were younger, weren't you?
Yeah, I almost died again.
I bet.
Yo, this dude choked me out. Like, I was like this close to passing out. It was crazy.
And then what, the guards came in and broke it up?
Yeah, I was gonna die. But
did you feel after that? Did you feel humbled at least after that? And say like, you know what?
No.
You're still just like fucking on the man.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm glad I didn't know younger you.
Yep. That was crazy, bro. Getting in fights over spades, like, bro, I was just a hothead. And the thing is I'm not supposed to be fighting because I have a TBI. So, like, I know that too, but I don't know. I've always, ever since my accident, though, I've always just wanted to be like everybody else. I know I'm not like everybody else, and I know I like talk a little different. But I've always just wanted to do what everybody else does, if that makes sense. I wanted to be like everybody else, and I never could, and I'd always fall short, and it just ate me alive. So I feel like that's why I was always trying to like overcompensate a little bit, you know what I mean? With money and this and that, like.
Okay, that makes sense.
Crazy.
I mean, from especially that young, I know a lot of people don't understand this sometimes, but when you have that popularity and that inflates your ego, it just it takes you somewhere else because it makes you feel like, especially for guys, I guess. I don't know from the woman's side of it, but from the guys, at least, makes you feel like you're untouchable.
Of course. You got all the girls, you got all the friends. Like, there was a point where it was like any girl I wanted. Like, I would just have to be like, and they were mine. Like, it was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And that.
Go ahead, say it.
It turns like that, like your whole life. Like, because then it turned into like selling drugs and everything, and you still get any girl you want, but it's just not the right class of girls. That's what I've learned. It's not the right class of girl that you're grabbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have all these little hoochie mamas and everything, but is that what you really want?
I don't. I mean, no, not really. Like,
right?
Unless you're younger, man. Like, I'm gonna say this from personal experience. If you're younger, you don't give a shit.
Right? I don't
care. You're not going to care, and everybody, even though you know in the back of your head, it's like, I'm not going to take her to meet my mom, or I'm not going to take her to bring the family. You know, it's one of those things where we look at it as like, I'm getting laid, I'm having fun, and I'm doing what the fuck I want.
But I've never seen my mom leaving fucked me up.
Yeah.
Because then it turned into like, I don't trust none of these hoes.
Yeah.
Like, they're never, forever isn't a thing anymore.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was wild, man.
All right. Well, thank you for that. Savage, you got anything to say on that so far?
Yeah, it's understandable why you would think about that in that way towards women, because like you said, you experienced that traumatic event, especially at a younger age. That's when you're at that age, you're very, you're like a sponge, you know?
Kids are very impressionable.
Yeah, impressionable. So when you experience that kind of thing, it's definitely going to leave a mark on your mind, even if it's only subconsciously. It's still going to be there in the back of your head, like, I don't know if I could trust her, regardless of how long it goes on, whatever, you know?
Yeah. It also goes to the standpoint of your mom, the person that's supposed to actually always be there, the one woman that's supposed to, and she dips and bails. So that's going to definitely give you a nice taste in your mouth for most women. Say, if this woman does it, who's supposed to do it, who's actually supposed to be the one that's always supposed to be there, just dipped out and abandoned me. who the fuck says any of these other women will be anywhere trustworthy, will anywhere be there for me?
Yeah.
Right. But it also fucked with my self-worth because she took my brothers with her and left me, so it was like, why
Why
wasn't
wasn't I
I
good
good
enough?
enough? Right.
Yeah.
What was wrong with me?
Yeah, I get that, and I understand that a lot more than I can say most times. But it's a heavy cross to bear whenever you get through that, because
Right.
you found a way to make it work for you at the time. And looking back on it now, I bet you're looking at it like, I wish I could go to my younger self and slap the fuck out of them. Like, a lot. Because there's a lot of things that people do, a lot of things that people fucking portray too. Because it's not just, how the cops came in there, took your family, gave you a bad name, but just because you're their son.
Right.
So you had to deal with that yourself. Then going from that to everything's okay again, and your mom dips out on you. So, and then, it's not just, it stayed between you and your friends, or you and your family. It was everywhere too. So then again, it goes to that standpoint in the back of your head, is like, why the fuck is this happening to me?
Right. Like, when is enough enough?
Yep. So you have to look at it from that standpoint every once in a while, no matter what. If you don't, then tend to making mistakes, and these mistakes usually don't come back from, which you learned already, because you said, fuck it, I'm gonna go fucking drink, I'm gonna hang out with these people, I'm gonna get the girl I want and just do whatever the fuck I want, it doesn't matter. And then again, you got your wreck, came out of coma, you found out you got DUI, and then you fucked up your probation because you say, I don't give a fuck, again, because the repercussions again always came back around.
Right.
So from there, you went and did your 6 to 5.
Right. And that was 17.
You were 17. Okay.
I was 17.
Okay.
So I got out. Well, in this time, I wanted to get my GED because I could have got my GED in jail, but my dad was like, "No, you have to get a high school diploma." So
Okay.
I couldn't do that. So I got out, and he enrolled me in another private school.
Okay.
And I was supposed to play football, but I was a 5th-year senior
Yeah, that didn't
because I
work
got
out.
arrested in November, and they didn't want no parts of that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised your dad wanted you to play football, considering the head trauma you have. Football is a big sport for that kind of thing. It's gonna just
Right.
that would
I
just
was
make it
just
worse.
But what
I
year
was
was this?
just
What year was that?
this had to be 09.
Then yeah,
Okay.
then back then they didn't give a shit back then like
Right.
that. There wasn't
That's
head
true.
trauma, like concussions. They're like, oh, cool, take 3 days off, go back to practice.
Right.
So it's
Okay.
kind of thing like that. So yeah.
So then couldn't play football, graduated. I had this girl. We got our own apartment. I was on probation because, like I said, I had 5 years probation, but I was still drinking.
Yeah.
I was still drinking, just had to hide it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I get that.
Ended up breaking up with this girl, out with her friend, her best friend. I had a job at Dunkin' Donuts. Then this is where it takes the turn.
Okay.
I was hanging out with my friend one day, and he was like, "Yo, you have to try this."
No.
What was
And
it?
it was Oxy.
Okay.
Okay.
So we got a 15 milligram Oxy, split it in half, and we snorted it. And when I tell you, that made me feel like I was on cloud 9. We went to the gym to play basketball. I was feeling like this feeling of euphoria, like from my accident. I have all slip discs in my back too, and I have degenerative disc disease as well.
Yeah.
So I just felt amazing. Everything felt all good. And then I was throwing parties again, and everybody started doing them. We all started. It was just, they got crazy, dude. And then I was messing with this other girl, and my dad kept finding like the straws in the garbage. He would go through my garbage, and he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I was like, "Yo, I'm not doing it." So they drug tested me, and I failed. And I was like, "Shit." So then this was a tough time for me though, because my dad was still out on appeal during this. This is when he was still out on appeal. So I was 18. He was still out on appeal. No, I had turned 19. I had turned 19. 19. He was out on appeal. I had a job at Dunkin' Donuts. Life was going good. I was just partying and that. And then I got fired from Dunkin' Donuts for no call, no show, because I was like, my boss used to come to my house because I lived right down the street. But I was like fucked up. I was always fucked up, and he'd wake me up and bring me to work and shit. We developed a great relationship, but he eventually got tired of it and was like, "Yo, you gotta go." So he fired me, and then I got with this girl, and my dad went to prison. Now I had that apartment. It was a family apartment, and my dad went to prison. I went out partying. One day I came back and they changed the locks. My grandma changed the locks, so I had nowhere to go. So I moved in with this girl, and she now this girl ruined my life.
How so?
Because she was like, well, my life was already fucked up to begin with.
Yeah.
We'll just say. But she was like, I could get these pills from a psychiatrist, Adderall and Xanax. And I was like, shit, let me go talk to this dude. Went, I got prescribed them too. And then I went to a doctor for my back, and I got prescribed the same oxys that I had tried.
Okay.
And that started a vicious cycle. And probation couldn't do anything because they're prescribed. So it was a mass cycle of drinking, drugs, pills. There was so many girls. I cheated so many times. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a vicious cycle. I did probation though. And I violated one time for driving without a license. I had to do a week in jail, which was nothing. I didn't care. And then I got off probation. Now I was still with the girl. Still was getting the pills. Life was going good. Well,
I'm about to say, how the fuck was life going good? If
life
you were like
was
literally
going, all right.
okay, because life going good. Like I'm on pills. I'm on
In my
shitty apartment.
head, bro, life was going good. I had the friends that wanted to buy the pills for me. You know what I mean? I was selling them. I was doing them with them. We were partying. So life was lifing. We moved to. I was living like in the sticks because that's where she had lived, and then we moved into the city. And then I copped another DWI one time. Man, so I got another DWI. Lawyer was like, you gotta do a year in jail. I was like, no. That
You said
night, I
no?
went out and got another DWI.
Jesus Christ.
Now, for the second one, I was out on $20,000 bail. When I called the third one, it was before they could see a judge or none, so they just let me out on $100. If I would have saw a judge, they would have held me because I was out on bail. But they let me out on $100. I was like, yo, I'm fucked. Like, yo, I was like, my life is over. And I took on the third one, the girl I was with, she had coke on her. She had coke in her purse. And me being Mr. Heroic, I was like, it's mine.
So you took the fall for somebody else on that one.
Right.
So you're an idiot.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And then we're just clearing that up because some people say it was admirable, it's honorable, and things like that. It's like, not when it comes to shit like that.
You're an idiot.
Fuck no. You're a fucking idiot on that one. So, and like, you were about 18 about this time? 18,
no,
19?
bro, I was older because I had already did my 5 years probation.
Okay.
Wow. So you're in your mid-20s.
Right. Yep. So that was I got off at 21 or 22. 21 or 22. And then I caught 2 more within 6 months of each other. I was probably like 24, 25 maybe. And
so 24, 25-ish, you fucked up again. Okay, because you DWI, went to jail, got pulled in, no judge, so you saw like the magistrate, pretty sure.
No, the cops just let me out. The cops were like, $100 bail, call your dad. I was like, all right. It was like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I was like,
See,
I'm out of here.
because what we have is if you go to jail and the judge isn't available, the magistrate handles you.
Well, I
And
was like, I'm not blowing. I was like,
okay,
I'm not blowing.
okay,
And they were like, if you don't blow, we can't let you out. And they're like, if you blow, we'll let you out. So I was like, whatever. So I blew like a .16.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I was a mess, bro.
Yeah. So went from that DWI, they let you out, took the fall
And
for fucking coke.
that's the third time's a charm right there. That's the third one.
Okay, and then from there, when you took the fall for the drugs for the coke, did you go to prison after that?
No.
Okay.
I fired my lawyer. Well, I can't say I fired him or he fired me. He was just like the one that told me I had to do 8 months. He was like,
He's like, I don't want this anymore. I don't want to do this. Yeah, you're fucking up his win-loss record here, buddy.
Right. So I was like, all right, shit. So I hired a new one. Now this lawyer had some ins or whatever. Got me 5 years probation again. 2 terms to run at the same time though. So I was like, all right, shit. As long as I'm out, it's whatever.
Yeah.
So then one night I'm driving. I'm with a girl. I'm sober. I'm not, but I had some pills on me. I'm driving. I didn't have a license. I get pulled over. We hop seats. This time you have to really sit and think because I was snitched on. Nobody gets pulled over. Like I took a left at a stop sign, but there was a light and a cop pulled me over like 40 feet from my house. We jumped seats. The cop was like, I saw you jump seats, blah, blah, blah. Like, admit it or I'm taking you both to jail. And I was like, yo, I'm not going to have you go to jail. I was like, whatever. I was driving. So I was on probation too when this happened. I called my lawyer. I was like, yo, what do I do? He was like, you're fucked.
You love that. You love that call so much because I've had a couple of calls like that. It's like, hey, what do I do? So no, bro, you're fucked. I've had to tell people that too. It's just it's
Right,
not
like,
you want to, but it's like I'm not gonna lie to you.
So then, like, he was like, call your probation officer. And I was like, no. I was like, why would I do that? Now, I had already violated for driving, like, probably like 3 weeks before this. No. It was a couple months. And the judge gave me weekends in jail. And I had to do one. He sentenced me to 4, but they fucked up the paperwork and I only had to do 1. So I got lucky, you know what I mean? Everything was going good. Then I don't learn my lesson. So probation came and bum rushed my house one day. Turns out my lawyer called them and told them what happened. So they bum rushed my house. They arrested me. And this was October 2019. And I got sentenced to back-to-back bullets. Well, my lawyer was like, I could get you 1 to 3 upstate. And I was like, can you keep me local? And he was like, if I get you local, you have to take it right now. And I was like, all right, whatever. So he got me back-to-back county bullets, and I stayed local. And honestly, I feel like that is what saved my life.
How so?
Because, I mean, I had quit drinking. Now, I had quit drinking before that. After my third DWI, I quit drinking. And, but I was still doing pills. And I was doing, like, a lot of pills. Like, a real lot. And, like, there was a couple times where I couldn't get the pills where, like, I snorted heroin. And, like, I overdosed on fentanyl. Like, it was crazy. But, so, me going to jail saved my life. So I went to jail. I did in October 2017.
Okay.
That was 2017. And I got out February 2019.
Okay.
Sorry, that time frame was a little messed up.
All right.
So I got out in 2019, and the girl that I was with for the one that I say ruined my life, I was still with her. But I knew in jail, I knew I didn't want to be with her. I was clean, I was sober, and I was like, I don't want to be with this girl. But it's just hard for me to ever leave a girl because I don't like hurting people.
But okay, you say it was hard for you to leave her, and obviously you had that shit and come to Jesus moment when you were in jail. So why the fuck did you go back? Like, I know you don't like hurting people.
Familiarity.
Yeah, that goes with complacency, and that to
Right,
me,
I
I
didn't want
feel
to
like,
sleep on bro, I'm the man. I don't want to sleep on my dad's couch. The fuck?
yeah, that's a pride thing there, and that's a
Right,
horrible thing. It fucking buries so many fucking people.
right. So I went back with her, and plus being in jail 16 months, bro, you want to come out and pop some shit. Let's keep it a stack. I want to come out and do my thing. Needed
Okay,
some female contact. So, but in this time, this is what I failed to realize. I got clean. That didn't mean she got clean.
Yeah.
So I thought she did. And then coming to find out, she was doing heroin. I kept finding heroin bags all around, but she was like, "Oh, they're not mine. They're Tara's, her cousin Tara's." Blah blah, and whatever. So one day she came back with like marks on her neck. She's like, "Some guy choked me." So like she would go into the store to get Lucy's. And she's like, "Some guy choked." So I'm like, bro, I'm one of them dudes. I jumped in the car, I went to the store, I ran up to the store. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like, who?" Turns out that my ex was a prostitute, drug addict, and her pimp saw her with me, and he got jealous and smacked her up. So that day I left, and that was the end of that story. That was the end of her.
okay. Did you go back to drugs after that again, or alcohol after that again?
No, I'd quit smoking. I'd quit drinking. I was still smoking cigarettes. I was still prescribed Adderall though.
Okay.
And then COVID hit. COVID hit, and I met this girl. This other girl. Now this girl was rich.
Okay.
Like she had like a condo down in Albany, and it was huge. She would just give me like 5 bands at a time. Like she was just giving me money. Mr. Showboat over here goes and rents Range Rovers, goes, blowing mad money, taking everybody out to dinner, going to the outlets, buying Gucci, buying this, buying girls' shit, buying pounds of weed, and I don't really smoke, just doing it all.
So, how did that end? I like don't want to cut you off, but like, how did that whole situation end there? Because something like that, like that's literally everything you want on a silver platter. Somebody that cares for you, loves you, tries to provide for you, and everything like that. And you're buying other people's shit and doing other people's shit with what she's giving you.
She died.
I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't like that. Like we weren't like sexual. Like it wasn't like that. It was strictly platonic.
I didn't say it was sexual. That's what I'm saying. Like she was still providing you, like
Right.
money, funds, everything like that. So like, and you said she passed away. She died, right?
Right.
Okay. How did that affect you?
Well, that took me from a really high to like what the fuck? Like what am I gonna do?
Okay.
So then I got with another girl that had 4 kids, and she had a full-time job, so I would stay home with the kids. And that's when I started streaming. I started playing Call of Duty and such. And turns out she was messaging one of the kids I was playing Call of Duty with. Like he lived down the street or whatever, and we would go there. Like we went there on New Year's and everything. Now his girlfriend came to my house one day, like, "Why are you texting my?" And I was live streaming, like, and I was like, "What the fuck?" She's like, "You're text." So I stopped my stream and I left. Now, we lived in a house in Albany that I owned and everything. I left her there and I came up here. My dad brought me up here to Lake George, and he's like, I got a cabin. You just stay up there. So then I came up here. I was doing edibles at this time. I was off the Adderall. I was just doing edibles.
Okay. So, and when did you cross paths with me from then? Was it like a year or two after that, or what?
No, so this had to be in, I'm going to say 22.
22? Okay, yeah. So that's like 3 years. 3 years
So
from then?
that's when then I moved up here. I was still streaming and everything. And at the time I had a Kia Sorento, and my dad was like, because I had a girl with fucking 4 kids, I needed a 7-seater. He was like, you don't need that anymore. Sell that. And he gave me the BMW. So
It came back around. It came
right.
fucking back around. You said, I don't want that. Now look at you.
Right, which is crazy, bro. So then I got the BMW. That brought me back up, though. You know what I mean? It's never about what you got, you know what I mean? But it is, in a sense. There's a difference going to start up a Kia Sorento and driving that, and then going and jumping a BMW. There's a big difference. You get looked at different too.
Yeah, I believe that's for people that are more materialistic, though.
Right.
That's just it.
Right, but I mean, everybody thinks you got money if you drive a BMW. Which I don't.
I never think that, ever.
Listen, I'll be the first to tell you I ain't got money. But you think I do. It looks like I do. So then I was on Facebook one day and I saw one of the nurses that was in the jail that I was locked up in. So I hit her up. I got a little bit of game. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up hooking up. She brought me to Jamaica for my 23rd or my 32nd birthday. Yeah, my 32nd birthday. She brought me to Jamaica. That was a fun time. Then after that, probably like a month after that, what had happened, what I had told you happened earlier, happened.
Yep. Look, man, this is why it's hard. It's hard out here. But
it really is.
All right. So we got that backstory fucking finally. Now we're going to do this. You started talking on TikTok and Twitch about, your journey, everything like that. And I give you pointers here and there how to talk about it and everything. Have a timeline, have a dialect, and figure out how it is and open yourself up. So from that, what do you think is actually for you now? Is talking like that still a good thing? Like talking about your past and everything like that? Do you think that you've helped somebody else, or trying to at least?
Yes, and I want to just say something that, like, I've only been doing this for, what do we say, like 3 weeks, a month maybe?
Yeah.
A month or so.
Yeah.
Dealing and talking with this, I've been dealing with a lot of emotions and everything sober. And it brings up memories from my mom and all that, and having to because my whole life I've suppressed all that with drinking, with the pills, with drugs, with everything. It's always been suppressing all my feelings. So bringing up my feelings now and dealing with it gives you a sense of, like, being able to move past certain things and finally step over and be like, okay, that happened to me, that was fucked up, but now it's time to move on. And I can't put the blame on my mom because she was going through her own shit. You know what I mean? And being an adult and seeing that now, it's like I'm able to really open my eyes and be able to talk and come from a different point of view. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Instead of being like, oh, poor me, it's okay. No, I didn't have to choose that route to go down to. I didn't have to drink and drive and do all that stupid shit. I chose that. I'm the one to blame.
So you had that self-realizing moment where you're just like, okay, no more crutches, no more enabling, just confront it, be honest about it, and say what really happened and acknowledge what really happened. Hold yourself fucking accountable.
Right, 100%.
That's good. That's a great fucking thing. Before I start my questions, Savage, you go ahead, sir.
You mentioned you had siblings, right?
Yes.
Do you still keep in contact with them?
Yes. What had happened was my mom took them, and through everything, like my dad fought and had to pay child support and everything. But my mom ended up going crazy
Okay.
or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Now my one brother is in the Marines. Was in
Okay.
the Marines. He has a wife and 2 kids. He's actually a sheriff in Lexington County now,
Nice. Okay.
South Carolina. My other brother is in the Air Force. He just moved to Florida. He's got a wife and she's pregnant right now.
Okay.
They're
Interesting.
having a kid. That's a good thing. So they seem to have somewhat normalcy in their life and somewhat happiness from what you can tell.
Hopefully they saw me and were like, yo, I don't want
Like,
nothing.
I don't want to be like that motherfucker. Yeah, sometimes in life you got to be that example, which sucks for you, but as long as somebody else is better from it.
Yeah,
Right.
everyone's on their own journey, so that's just
Exactly.
yours, and theirs happen to be a little bit easier.
Okay. So, you done, Savage?
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's go back to drinking. Like, let's see. Do you actually miss drinking?
No.
Not even the taste, not even the feeling, nothing like
No,
that?
I wasn't a social drinker. I wasn't a drinker because I like the taste. I was a drinker to like get fucked up
Mm.
and escape my problems. So I would chug bottles of liquor. I would chug beer. I would chug twisted teas. I would just chug whatever just to get that feeling of fucked up. You know what I mean? And a lot of times I just pass out. You know, so I do not miss that at all.
Okay. So, coming from my own self, I used to be really bad with alcohol. I mean, fucking Jack was my best friend. Jack Daniels was my best friend. That's why I don't drink Jack anymore. I'll drink Jameson here and there, but I won't drink like Jack Daniels at all. So it's one of those things where you look at it to, you do it to numb the pain. You do it to fucking, like you said, get fucked up just to fucking not have to deal with life anymore. And I was going through a lot of fucking shit and I just couldn't really solve any of it. Because as you can know, I'm kind of one of those people that's a fixer. Like, I try to fix everything. If it's in my power, I'll fix it. Even if it's not in my power, I still try to fix it.
Right.
I'm stubborn a lot. And, if I couldn't fix it, I was like, especially with people or anything like that, I was like, cool, I'm just going to drink tonight and hang out and just chill. And it always starts out like a little quiet, like 1 or 2 beers thing. And then it just like depression sets in or, anything going wrong with your life that's been going back and forth. It's just like, cool, I'm just going to fucking drink some more. I'm going to keep drinking some more. And it's not like I didn't have a support system. I just chose to tell myself that I'm the burden. So, I get drunk, get fucked up, and wouldn't fucking care. I've said on past podcasts before, like, I shot my shot at Lana, got the date, and I got fucking drunk, blackout drunk, and passed the fuck out and missed the date and just said, fuck it, whatever, don't matter. I was really not fucking, I wasn't a decent person at all at that point in time. But, I learned from it. Like now, like I have one drink here or there. It will never, like some people ask me, like, come drink with us. Like, no, I'm good. I'll hang out. I won't drink.
Right.
But you just gotta make sure you keep yourself accountable for that. When you obviously have, since you don't drink anymore, you don't miss it. For myself, I actually like the taste of whiskey. Like I enjoy it.
Now it's not a thing for me. Like I get triggered. Like I could go to a bar, I could go to restaurants and all that. I still do that, and like I'm fine. You lose a lot of friends. You know what I mean? Because nobody wants to hang out with a sober person. But I don't give a fuck.
She knows me. Cowboy Killers no more. Yeah. I was an avid person to drink Cowboy Killers all the fucking time. Yeah, that's correct.
What's a Cowboy Killer?
It's a drink with like I think 4 whiskeys.
Okay, I thought that's what they called Marbreds.
Yeah, they do call them Marble Reds Cowboy Killers too, but that was it's a drink. It's a whiskey drink. My favorites. I've taught a couple bartenders how to make it, and they're like, that thing's fucking selling so good. So why? I said, try one day when you're off work. You actually drink, and they did. And like, okay, that's fucking good. So yeah.
I never drank for the taste.
Yeah. See, I'm the opposite. I drink for the taste.
Yeah. Sometimes drinking can numb the pain. It does. It's a temporary fix though. You know, it's not one of those things that everybody can, you know, deal with. Just
I
say
wish
that.
I wish I would have sat with myself and dealt with the abandonment issues, with all those issues that I faced sober as a kid, and dealt with them, so I could I could have looked at women a different way, because there are some good girls that I met along the way that I just, you know what I mean, like, I
Yeah.
wasn't ready for, and I might have kicked to the curb. They might have not given me the shot, but like, I wish I would have dealt with certain things without alcohol.
Yeah.
But
Well, with that is, you know, I always tell people every once in a while, like, it's never too late to talk to them again if you actually have, you know, a conversation. Now, you should not shoot your shot instantly and just be like, yo, I was fucked up last time I saw you. I want to fucking take you out to dinner. Don't do some shit like that. But, you know, just have a conversation with them, especially if they're good people, if they are. And Drift said something for us. So here we go. How steamy is this stream? Fucking crazy,
whoa,
Drift.
whoa,
Crazy.
whoa.
But yeah, it's one of those things, man. I look back at myself too, like I missed out on a lot of good things because I was fucking drunk, or because I was drinking and I was going through depression, or I was going through fucking some manic episode, which usually is the case. It's never really depression; it's just manic episode. And I'm like, nah, fuck this. I'm gonna get fucked up and drink. And you know, I didn't think anything was wrong with it, and it wasn't until PL, boss lady. How long ago was it we met? Was it like 5 years ago, 6 years ago? So about 6 years ago was when I kind of had a realization and
You
had a couple
deserved a
friends.
nap.
Probably should be fine. But 6 years ago is when I kind of came to realization and stuff like that. Nobody really knew why I changed here and there, and I didn't tell them.
Right,
I
what
just
was
like
that, 2019?
about 2019, 2020, somewhere around there. And I just didn't give a shit. I was like, no, I'm just not going to say nothing. And I started to bottle up everything, not tell people stuff. And I'm going to fix myself because at the time I was involved with children and everything like that. And my ex had kids. And I just said, I'm just going to fix my shit, you know, and do this. Because at one point in time, one of them came up to me and was like, I wish you wouldn't yell so much and things like that. And then she put two and two together and said, it's when you drink. And so I was like, okay, cool. So I told myself, I'm not going to yell as much. I'm going to be very calm with everything I do with them, everything at all, and stop drinking. And my life started getting way better really fast too. So I was like, it was this easy all along?
Right,
You know?
I mean, you don't really realize the way, like, how good life could be when you're sober. I mean, especially when you've numbed everything and you've ran from problems, you don't realize how nice it is to wake up and not need to drink. How nice it is to just go out and not need to be fucked up.
Yeah.
Life is a beautiful journey, honestly. Like, even if you do nothing, like, I live in a cabin up in, like,
Don't dox
up in,
yourself.
like,
Don't dox yourself. Yeah, don't dox
what?
yourself. Don't, I was gonna say, you live up. I was like, don't tell them where you actually live. Don't do that.
No, yeah, I live up in a cabin up in the woods. Like,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. Like, there's a lake, it's everything, but it's like, I don't need to be that guy that's around everybody that needs the validation from anybody to say that I'm doing good. Like, I don't need the like, I was down there on Thanksgiving, I was down at my grandma's and she was like, you're doing so good, everything, like, I can't believe you quit smoking, it's been years. And it's like, yeah, and then, like, I did it for me though. Like, I don't need the validation from my dad, from you, to tell me that I'm doing good. I know I'm doing good and I feel great, and I feel good for the opportunities that are going to come from this. Like, that life is an amazing journey to be on.
That's a good thing, especially, let's say, from, because you're 30 now, 33,
34.
34 now. So from 14 to 34, or actually to 32-ish, you kind of
Right.
had a rough string of luck. You had bad situations, you made bad choices, and you fucking, now today, I think you finally came to where you're at peace with yourself, at least. And that's a great fucking thing to ever accomplish in the first place, because you've been through some things. You've actually done some shit. You've fucking actually, lived life on the mid, done some really fucked up, dumb decisions, but you fucking actually made it.
Right. And I'm blessed because there's a lot of people that I've grown up with that aren't here, that we were on the same road, we were doing the same things, that caught a bad batch and got taken early, that died in a car crash, died in a motorcycle crash. Like, I've lost numerous friends to addiction, to just unfortunate events, and it's like, I'm truly blessed. Like, I've been in fights, I've been hit over the head with a brick, like, and I have a TBI. Like, you're not supposed to get hit like that. And I've been shaken up, but that's why I feel like I'm here for a bigger purpose than to just be fucked up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get that. And what do you have to say about everything you've been doing since you got to the cabin? About everything else, like, because you have your dog,
right, the dog saved my life.
And I can understand that a lot.
Right.
A whole lot.
With Apollo.
Yeah.
Right.
Man's best friend right there,
Yeah.
I love this dog. And he's cooked right now. He's sleeping.
Yeah, we can see that.
Yeah. Apollo's sleeping too.
Great. If he's got to go out, he'll just bark. It's snowing, so he'll just go to the bathroom and come right back in. He don't want to. It's honestly, it's just great. I love everything that I'm doing now. It gives me a sense of purpose. I mean, I might just be talking. I don't care if I talk to one person or 100 people. Like, I know somebody likes hearing what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And somebody needs to hear what I'm saying. So that's where I get my sense of self-worth.
That's good, man.
If that makes sense.
I'm glad. For myself, I haven't found my self-worth yet. I've done a lot of shit, and some people say I should be proud of it and be accomplished, but I haven't got there yet. Not to myself, but I tell people all the time, it's like, everybody's different. Everybody gets there their own way. I just, no matter what I do, how much I work, or what I do for anyone else, I don't feel like it's ever enough. And I know that it comes with, my own problems. I have my own mental health problems and things like that, but it's just, I just can't stop, and I don't feel a reason to either.
Well, why are you worried about doing stuff for other people so much?
It's not just worried about them. It's just the fact of, I enjoy it. It brings me like some bit of peace to help somebody else.
I get that.
So, I'm just one of those people that I enjoy helping others, and I don't care if like people say don't do that for them, or it's a bad idea, it's going to burn you in the end. It's like, fuck it.
Oh yeah, I get that all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Get burnt all the time, and it's just like, well,
bezel one day at a time, dude. Yeah, I know, man. I know. I think I said that to you like a little while back, but yeah, it is one day at a time, and it's one of those things of, I don't know what to do with it most of the time. Like, I have time to actually, I'm going to relax. I'm going to go, take time for myself, and I think about it. And it's like this thing in the back of my head. It's like, don't do that. You're a bitch. You fucking don't take the time to relax. You're going to waste this much time. So I don't. And I just do work on something else, But it's just one of those things for me. And like, a lot of people like to comment on, like, Savage commented on one day. It's like, you're just built different, man. You just keep going. I was like, I just can't help it.
Yeah.
Like, the main thing is, like, people say sleep's important. And I just say, I can get away with not sleeping that much.
Yeah, until your body gives out, and then you're forced to sleep.
Exactly. Right. Like, I just go till I can't go anymore, and I'll be fine. So, everybody says it's unhealthy, and I know it's unhealthy, but if I do go lay down, I'll lay in bed, not do anything, and just look at the fucking wall. So yeah, it's one of those things, man. It's not a bad thing. Your recovery, okay, from doing, Oxy, you did try Coke, you said, right?
Yeah, I've done everything in the book, honestly.
Okay. So you've done all these drugs. Oxy is what started it for you. What would you say if somebody came up to you and said, hey, I want to try this? like to any drug like this. Not marijuana, obviously, because that's been legalized so many places already. But to all obviously illegal illicit drugs.
Well, in my opinion, they're gonna do it anyways.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I would just, depending on what it was, I'd say be careful. You know, I'd let them know like what effects it'll have on them. And I mean, honestly, in my opinion, it doesn't hurt to try something.
Yeah. You think
I
so?
mean,
I think it depends on the drug, but that's just my personal opinion.
honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, there's a lot of people that do cocaine.
Yeah, I know.
You know, like, I didn't even know, like, lawyers, doctors, teachers. Like, there's a lot of people that do cocaine.
Yep, there is. And I found out one before I left North Carolina. Like, I knew this lawyer for a while. I could see my bars here and there. One day I just found out that his practice might get shut down. I was like, for fucking what? He's a good lawyer. Right. And then all of a sudden I talked to somebody that works with him. I was like, oh, he has this problem. I was like, I had no fucking clue. I've known him for fucking 6 years. I was like, damn. So, you know.
Right. So it's like, honestly, like, if you're gonna do something, it's just, don't make it a habit.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Bezel said, just say don't do it. I mean,
I
that
agree.
works.
I mean,
like, you just say something. Like, for me, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, they might do it anyways, but I always, like, I mean, you hear me say this all the time. Like, I do it anyway. I just say what's on my mind all the time anyway.
Right.
Just because, like, why? Because somebody might not tell them. And I don't want to be that person to be like, well, they didn't know. So let me just say it real quick and leave it the fuck alone. If they do it, they do it. If they don't do it, they don't do it. It's not on me after that. I put it out there for them, give them the information, and say, hey, don't do this because of this. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're going to do what the fuck you want, no matter what.
Right. Like, I mean, I was never big on. I was only addicted to oxys.
Yeah.
Put it like that. Like, I did everything. I was prescribed Xanax. I was prescribed Adderall. Like, I was prescribed everything, but I didn't. That wasn't my fix. My fix was oxys.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I would say, like, yeah, definitely be careful, and like you said, tell like the side effects and stuff, because it's like, example, like if Terry were to take cocaine, that'd be really bad for him.
Because you're already a hyper fucking.
Well, not only that, but he's schizophrenic.
Schizophrenic too. So yeah.
So that would be a really bad thing for someone schizophrenic to have cocaine in their system, because that makes it 10 times worse.
Right, you'd be looking out the window. Yeah, you'd be going crazy.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
It depends. It depends on the person. Same thing with alcohol.
Have you ever done cocaine?
Absolutely fucking not.
No, I never.
No, I don't. I haven't done really anything. I think the only thing I did was after I got out of the military is I smoked weed, and that was it. And I said, no,
you
not
never
for me.
went to doctors and got like prescribed painkillers for broken.
I don't take them.
Yeah, I don't want to get hooked on something, so I don't.
That's a very smart thing.
Yeah, it's not just that. Like, I think I've taken painkillers a couple times, like growing up, and then in the military, I had my surgeries. I took it then because I actually needed them, but I took like the minimum. Like, they say once, they're like, I'll take one every 8 hours. So I just take one the whole day.
Yeah,
you know, just gut through it, and then like, all right, cool. If it gets really bad, I'll take another one. It's just not one of those things. Don't do meth either. Yeah, I saw the side effects of meth through my first marriage. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with that.
I feel like I did meth one time in Vegas. Not like intentionally though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never take I never take anything crazier than weed because I don't want to take that risk. I'm a very careful person when it comes to taking things that I had never done before. I weigh out the risk and the pros and the cons, and I can see it, like, most often than not, there's going to be a huge.
There's way more cons.
Yeah, so I'm not going to take that risk because it's like, yeah, alcohol for me it affects everyone differently depending on how your mind state is. Negative, frustrations, angry. If you take alcohol while you're angry, you're just gonna get more angry. Or if you're, frustrated in life, you're just gonna be more frustrated while you're drunk. Like you said, you drank for your pain, for the sorrow you were dealing with. So it's like you want to forget. And that's, you see that a lot with a lot of people. For me, when I drink, it's just to make me a little bit more loose. Because, like, I'm not, like, shallow 100%, but I'm pretty shallow as a person. Oftentimes quiet. So when I drink alcohol and get a little drunk, I get a little bit more loose. I can, hang out and have a blast.
Right, I feel like that happens with a lot of people.
All right, Tyrant just said something. Says, I'm out in New Zealand and don't take pills unless I really need to because I've seen what happens. And he followed up with, and he's afraid of the addiction / tolerance because then if something happens and I need the medicine, it won't affect me. Yeah, that's another thing people don't realize.
That's happened to me.
Overtaking it, you loses his tolerance. And like, I haven't done really any drug at all. So I know this already, that like it goes even with marijuana sometimes. Cause like people are like, who've never smoked or smoked once before there was all this like medical grade, everything like that now. And they say, oh, I'm gonna try an edible. I'm like, and I look at them like, and then someone says that, it's like, don't fucking do that. Don't fucking do that because you don't know how this is gonna work. So I've done like, everything is before this stuff. I don't have nothing to worry about. And I look at them like, and all of a sudden, like 3 hours later, they're like, so the edible didn't work, so I'm gonna take another one. I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. And then it kicks in finally. And then they're taking two.
And to me, like I said, I was on oxys. I was on a lot of them, and I went for, I forget what surgery or what operation it was, but they gave me the stuff and it did knock me out.
Time to let 'em out.
Yeah. That's all good. Oh, Rocky. But yeah, I get that. It's I think it's funny because how drugs have changed, how they shifted.
Yeah.
You look at it like back in the day, like 90s, so that everybody's like, oh, don't do dope, and like everything is categorized as dope. And we're like, okay, cool. And then I don't know if you had the DARE program growing up or not. Yep, DARE program in schools. Like, I'll never do drugs again. That means alcohol and cigarettes too. It's like, I'll never do it again.
Like a pyramid scheme. I watched something on that.
Yeah, that goes there's a deep rabbit hole with that one, man. Real deep rabbit hole. But yeah, and I was just that kid that always was like, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm DARE, I'm going to be straight edge, everything like that. And then I dated this girl myself, and she introduced me to cigarettes and alcohol a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, smoking's not for me, I don't want it. But drinking was a good time. And I looked at her, I was like, yeah, cool, drinks a little bit. And then one time I didn't really hang out with her for a while, and my mom asked me to bring her a beer.
Okay.
I brought her a beer, and she's like, you been drinking? I was like, I don't know. I wasn't drinking that day at all.
Yeah.
Don't know where the hell that came from. And I was like, no? Why? She's like, the way you're holding the beer. I was like, I just grabbed it like this. In the back of my head, I'm saying, oh shit, how the fuck does she know that from the way I'm holding a goddamn beer? What the fuck?
Like holding it like Vin Diesel does and
I was just holding it like normal, man. Just like whatever, cool. It's like, but I didn't think about it then. I was like fucking 17, so I didn't fucking know any better.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, nobody really pays attention to anything like that. She does. She pays attention to a lot. So yeah, it was a funny time. And then I was like, no, I didn't. I thought about it. I was like, all right, cool. I need to be smarter. Cool. And I tucked that in the back of my head, and I've used it before on somebody that was a grunt, and they're underage, and I see them grabbing me a beer, and I was like, you've been drinking, huh? And they're like, huh? No. And I knew they were drinking that night, and it's like, well, the way you hold that beer, I can tell. He's like, what? It's a trick I learned from my mom. But that was really common in the military, man, like underage drinking, because I think that law should be definitely changed, because if you're old enough to serve and die for your country, you should fucking be able to have a fucking beer every once in a while. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. If you're today off, recovery day, have a few drinks.
Yeah. Something, 21 isn't it? No, for us, it's 21 is legal limit here. And for if you're under, but you can legally join the military at 18, technically 17 if you're in senior year of high school. Then after you graduate, you can join the military. So yeah, I'm not old enough to drink or smoke cigarettes, because they made cigarettes, nicotine products, 21 and up too. So not old enough to smoke or drink legally, but you're old enough to serve your country. It's kind of weird,
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it's one of those things. Let's see here. Ooh, talk about that. So, what is your take on the drug epidemic going on now? because fentanyl's been fucking everywhere.
I feel like it's. I mean, I feel like it's fucked up because I feel like they give you a pass now. Like now, it's like almost expected to do drugs, and it's okay to do drugs. I feel like it's
not taken seriously anymore.
right. It's real. It's not taken seriously at all. Like I feel like if you go to the doctors, they're so quick to put you on all this medication that you need like, bro, you don't know how easy it is or how easy it was for me to go to the doctors and get on oxys. Like it was the easiest thing in the world. I literally went to the doctors and told them like, "Hey, I need this pill." And they're like, "Okay." Like they didn't ask for any documentation or nothing. They like, bro, I was just like, "I need this pill." Okay.
Well, that's weird because most places that I've ever dealt with or people I've dealt with, they actually know what will help them. They're not trying to be an addict or anything like that. They don't. They actually make it stretch. They actually stretch it further than when it's they're supposed to be, a new dose is supposed to get prescribed to them. They stretch it, and it's one of those things that you don't got to worry about the barking, man. It's fine. Yeah, and they told no, you can't have it. I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, I feel like that's what's happening now is now they're like, we've given it too easily. Now it's like we got to draw it back.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was here, quick to write it, quick to write it, quick to write it. Now I feel like a lot of, and even with the documentaries that have came out, I don't know if you've seen the one where it had those two sexy girls that would just go into doctors and be like, "Yo, we need you to push the oxys. We need you to push the oxys." And
oh, that's like, those are fuck, what are they called? Cause I know what you're talking about. Cause I've had to deal with them before. Cause I used to work at pain management, and they literally say, if you push these forward, then usually there's some backdoor deal here or there with them too. Like they'll like promote, they'll fucking donate things like that, like money, things like that that'll help the practice out in the long run. But they're like, oh, just prescribe this drug first, and then work on it. Because you look at it, like Oxy did that for a while, and they everywhere you went to for anything pain med, OxyContin was the fucking drug that you got instantly. Like no matter what, they signed it and like, oh yeah, here's 30-day supply. And you look at it and do the math, like that's a fucking lot of pills for 30 fucking days.
Right, and that's a wrap. Yeah, that's a wrap right there. 1 30-month supply, you're hooked.
Yeah. And then like in Canada, they have meth clinics actually, so you can go do meth safely. I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like everything is just so like.
Yeah, and then in Florida for a time there, I don't know if you saw that documentary or not. There was a clinic. There's places you can go to. No ID, no script. As long as you had money, you can go there. They were actually, recognized as a clinic to prescribe you pills, everything like that. So I was like, they just let you walk the fuck in and just prescribe you pills as long as you pay for it, and that's it.
Yep,
so that's all it is. It's all
crazy.
Money.
That was fucking crazy to me. I was like, no, but it's one of those things. I'm just like, what the fuck? Because you don't look at it like that. Yeah. Because now everybody's all about, oh, we don't want everybody addicted to everything, or they're worried about because they put fentanyl in so many things, even in weed now. There's laced with fentanyl here and there, and then it takes no time. It takes one time you get too much fentanyl in your system, and you're fucking dead.
I think the boss is calling.
Yeah. You're good, man. You're good. Yeah, just go ahead. Just mute your mic if you need to take care of them.
All right. I'll be back.
All right. You're good, man. But yeah. Savage.
Yeah.
Have you ever done any drugs besides weed or anything like that? No.
I might have taken some pain pills when I was a kid because when I broke both my arms, that was painful. So I might have had some medication for that, but besides that, I never gone out of my way to find hard drugs. I never done that. Like I said, you know me, I'm very cautious with things like that. I always weigh out the pros and cons, and I 99% of the time will see that the cons are not worth it at all. Like same thing with cigarettes. I know cigarettes can be very helpful for people for stress, and it might help them in certain situations, but for me, I don't see the potential cons of it, lung cancer and shortness of breath, all that kind of stuff that could really affect your longevity of it all. As a positivity thing or a positive thing to have.
Yeah. Courtney said, it sucks for those that actually need them.
Yeah.
Can't get them because of restrictions. Oh yeah, I know it sucks, but like there is a reason for that because they pushed it so fucking much. If they didn't put restrictions on it, then what the fuck is gonna happen? Like the drug epidemic is fucking crazy enough already, which is a bad fucking thing. It's just the problem of now because more people can't get it the right way or the way through doctor's prescriptions the way they normally would. Some people, if they need it bad enough, they'll go fucking to the streets. They'll go find it there. And unfortunately, you don't know what the fuck you're taking most of the time.
Right there. I mean, I don't know what but there have been numerous times where I've ran out of pills and had to go to the streets, and I've bought pills off of people, and they were fake pills. You know what I mean? And it's like they were fentanyl pills. They were fake. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
One of those things is one of my friends. She used to do coke. And she's like, I don't trust people. It's like, what do you mean? So she got an actual kit to test it to see what was in it before she did it. Well, that's what everything. And I thought it was fucking. I was like, why would you do that? Because that's where I learned how it's like they can put anything in this stuff, anything in it. And my buddy told me, he's like, yeah, they can stomp on it. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And he's like, oh, that's where they put different things in there to make up for it since they didn't have enough of the pure stuff. I was like, that's fucking weird, man. Like that's weird. So, but I get it from the mindset of I just all about pushing product. I'm all about just making this fucking sell, make my money, and keep going to the next one. So it makes sense from that standpoint. So yeah, it's crazy though because of how fucking intricate they get. Cause I'm like, these people could do so many other things with their life, but they're doing this. Like they have drive, obviously, and it was like, why are they doing with this? But then I, come out of the military and had to pay bills and shit like that. And I looked at myself like, man, I should be a fucking drug dealer. Like, honestly, like they make fucking way more money and don't pay taxes. You know what I'm saying?
As long as they don't care about other people and have morals.
Sometimes morals are overrated when it comes to what's between you and a new vehicle, a new house, new land, everything like that. Like everything paid for and you don't have to worry about nobody over again. A retirement plan sounds really nice, but I'm not doing that shit. But I'm just saying, it's appealing. It's very fucking appealing.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. The potential of ruining someone's life is not something I want to be part of or be the cause of. But that's just me. Like I'll find another way to get money.
You're a really kind person. You know that?
That's just my mindset.
Yeah, I get that. Well, do you ever get tired of being like that kind all the time? Like sometimes, like, do you get to that limit? Like, fuck this for everything.
Oh yeah, I've actually gotten more hardened over time. Like I used to be way more nicer than I am now. I used to be like a people pleaser kind of all the time, 100%. Like everywhere I go, just trying to make everyone happy. It's just like a lot of people are not worth the time or your energy. So you gotta be selective on who you use that energy on. But I used to be way different when I was younger, and then today it's more close-minded.
Well, that's nice. That's nice. Question for you.
Hmm.
Will you tell your fiance no?
Oh, of course.
Okay. Making sure. I should have asked that random question. But toxic nice. Yeah, we know you are. Or I know you are. Okay. So you've been up there about 2 weeks, right?
It's been like 3 weeks now, actually.
3 weeks now? 3 weeks now? So. How you liking it? You enjoying it?
I'm liking it, yeah. It's nice. Yeah. I'm enjoying it. This week we've been doing my job. I've been actually out on the streets delivering mail. Today I did I think I did like 95% of the mail itself on the route that I was on. So I'm getting used to that.
Good. You're going to gear up for holiday season too, so you're really going to be at work.
Yeah,
you're really going to be at work, and I'm
today was a light day. Interesting because yesterday there was a lot of mail yesterday, but then today there was not nearly as much. Although it was just raining all day, so it was kind of shitty weather. So my feet were soaked when I got home.
Yeah. So you can't just message him that or wait and just be like, yo, we'll do it. Wow, it's weird. Why? Yeah, I know. Yeah. By the way, boss lady's still here. She just made her comments, like always, just to make me feel like a dumbass. So yeah. But yeah. Bezel, I appreciate you, dude. Thank you for the fucking talks in here. Tyrantius, appreciate your comments as well. Who's on the YouTube side? Bree, Courtney, and JJ. Cool. There's 2 more, but they didn't say anything, but it's fine. Love you, Raider. You're a gem. I don't know if I like that or not. Don't know if I like that at all. And 2, you don't love me. Don't say that. Don't ever say that. That's a horrible fucking thing to say, especially to me. Horrible thing. Because I'm going to ask you, if you love me, will you commit genocide? You see? It goes back to our conversation about friendship like a couple podcasts ago, you know? I ask things like that. I'll push the limit. I will say the most ridiculous off the cusp thing and then say, all right, cool. Prove it. So, you know, might be not the best way to meet friends or make friends, but it works for me. You know, I'm not even going to address that statement. Yeah. We've been going for an hour and 47 minutes. All right. Who are we going to rate out to? Actually, got to wait for JJ to fucking do the question thing. Yeah, I forgot. I'm going to lie. I forgot. It got quiet a little bit. So I was like, all right, cool. We finished up, wrapped up. All right, Savage, go ahead and shoot some questions at me. Random as fuck.
Shoot some questions at
everybody in the chat, ask me random questions. You don't count, woman.
Would you shave your beard and mustache for $100?
Yes, easily.
It's clean shaved.
Yeah, dude. I'm a slut for money. Something like that. I'll go fucking do it right now. If you fucking, I'll give you the cash app and everything.
Imagine, Raider, no beard or mustache.
It's how it was when we first started the podcast again. Like I would literally cut hair. No, I need more than no. You don't count. You're not in the chat. They can't hear you. They can't hear you. Yeah, they can't hear you, so you can't. Don't count.
No. Here's another.
Did Apollo have his treat today? Yes, he did. He actually had his treat. He actually had his treat. He did. What? Okay, go ahead, Savage.
So, for $1,000, would you wear a dress for one whole podcast?
Absolutely.
A dress. You would wear a dress. I wouldn't do that. Yeah.
$1,000 to wear a dress for a whole fucking podcast, dude. That's fucking easy. I'll fucking do that shit.
What about 500?
500 to do what?
Huh?
To do what?
Wear a dress
for a whole podcast? Yeah.
How long's a podcast?
It matters what we talk about. If you don't keep me talking, if you don't talk it out, like literally, this always starts at 90 minutes minimum. So yeah. So if you want it longer than that, you're gonna have to fucking talking.
That's wild.
Yeah, you got to keep me fucking talking if you want me to fucking wear it longer than that. So yeah. You got to be on camera with me too. It doesn't count if you're behind the scenes. With tiara and princess makeup? Fuck no. I will not put makeup on. Go fuck yourself, Courtney.
What about
We're not doing that. I'll do a wig. I'll do a wig and tiara. Yeah. No, you can't pick the dress. I'm really picky on like fabrics and stuff like that. Real fucking picky. Like, so it's got to actually be like quality. So whoever's buying for the dress is going to spend money. So I'm going to be technically making more than $500 technically. And then I'll find somebody with broad shoulders and my height to give the dress to after that. Donate it to them. But yeah. All right, JJ. So at the end of the podcast, we always go over, little things here and there. And we always do a question round. So that means you need to come up with random questions to ask me and Savage.
Could be anything. Doesn't have
anything, to be. As long as it's within TOS. She don't count. Well, I knew that would break the deal.
I took my blue light glasses.
It would break the deal. I'm not putting makeup on. I'm not doing makeup at all.
How old are both of you?
I'm 35.
32. About to be 33 next month.
And Terry, like you said, you had your stunts with alcohol and everything. Savage, you've never...
No, my only addiction I had was probably still is video games.
Yep. It definitely is. Definitely 100% is. Because I remember fucking having a whole conversation with you, and then halfway through that conversation, you just weren't there no more. You were just in your game, and then I hear you cuss at your game. And in my head, I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? We're fucking talking. So yeah, I did. I was like, nah, I messaged your fiance after that. I was like, what the fuck? We were having a good conversation. It was like going back and forth. And this motherfucker mid conversation, just nothing. And I just kept talking. And then all of a sudden he says, God damn it. I was like, what? What? And he's like, oh, none of the game. I was like, you know what, bitch? What the fuck ever? Why the fuck am I wasting my goddamn time? You know, that's one of those things. That's just me though. Like, if you're involved in the conversation, be there for it. That's just it.
And
But-
what do you do?
Huh?
What do you do?
What do you mean? What do I do?
For Terry, I'm not talking to you, bro.
You gotta say who you're talking to. You gotta say who you're talking to. There's 3 of us here. Technically 4 if you count her, but she's imaginary.
All right, Savage.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you do for like a living?
Well, I'm a postman now. I just became a mailman.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's dope. That's a W job.
Yeah.
Look,
It's a good career job.
Right, nice benefits.
That's the idea. That is the idea.
secondly, Drift, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm putting this on the fucking screen.
Do something for chat.
Do something for chat. I'm not talking to you, Terry. It's fucking crazy. Crazy. Because, you know, it's not... What are we sewing? You want Savage to sew? Yeah, you want him to sew with all that sewing gear behind him? Yeah, actually, I would probably pay him to try to sew something without any instruction. I'm just saying. I'm saying.
I'm trying to envision how to sew. Well, that's knitting, actually, though. I'm thinking of knitting right now.
Knitting, crocheting, you know, actually any fucking thing like that, just to see you sit there and do it off stream, of course, because it's for my entertainment. Fuck everybody else. But yeah, that is it, because that's just for my entertainment, just to see it, because I know you'll get frustrated eventually and throw something. That's just it. Oh, he can see me in a dress. I told you, like, the minimum's $500. Not fucking gifted subs, not fucking bits either. It's direct to me.
$250.
You see me in a dress. Fuck no, not $250. Not for my fucking time.
So,
God damn it. Pronounce shit properly. Wow. Okay, I got you, Drift. I got you.
I don't really have too many questions.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really
Come on. Anything under the sun, man. Come on.
Anything you're interested, like you're intrigued to know or want to know?
Look, as long as it's TOS appropriate, man, just send it. And everybody in chat, same thing.
I don't like.
Bro, I'm gonna get you a new fucking something. Come on, man. Like I said, this is the fucking hardest part, because people who's watched this and come on here and they literally say, like, fuck, we gotta ask a question. This is part of it. Like, the ask of it. It's like, ask fucking random questions. Anything and everything under the sun. I mean,
why do you do this?
The fuck? Hold on a second. Terry already got dark roasted by God.
Damn, Drift.
Jesus fucking Christ, Drift. You know, I love that about you. But yeah, I'm saving that one too. Don't worry, Drift. Your time's coming.
Ho.
But yeah, there we go. Cool. I had to screenshot that real quick. So yeah, we're gonna have fun, Drift. We're gonna have fun. Redrun. Hi, Kayla. How you doing? But yeah, anything and everything. Like,
I already asked the fucking question.
Oh, what'd you ask? Oh, what I do? What, the podcast in general? Or what?
Right. No. Why do you talk?
Why do I talk? I can't. I just can't shut the fuck up. That's the main reason why I can't. That's why I talk.
No. Yeah. Why do you do the podcast?
Because I feel like it's a good way. It's a good outlet for myself. I learn things about people. I get to talk to them, have conversations, which I actually enjoy doing. Some things that people say and talk about are like could be good life lessons for other people, things like that. And I wanted to encompass all that into something instead of just, you know, me doing it on the side, me just talking to people privately. And I was like, cool, I want to do it on a podcast. I want to actually promote this podcast to get it out there the right way. And I actually want to do something with what I do, because sometimes I do help people by just talking to them, things like that. Right. So I was like, why not make an avenue to try and see if it works, you know?
Now, how did you all get incorporated?
Met Boss Lady from a prior Discord. We came close and annoying to each other all the fucking time. So that's that. Savage, same thing. Discord, gaming together, things like that too. And we just got really close over the years.
Yep. Pretty much. And
then now I gotta go to their goddamn wedding and wear a suit.
Yeah, he introduced us to each other, and then that's that.
And now you two found a loving romance.
Yep, him and his fiance, and we're gonna put his fiance on blast right now because she likes to do this. It's being nosy without being nosy. Fucking crazy. Crazy calling me nosy. I'm really not nosy. People just tell me fucking shit. Yes. I mean, you can't, you know, I'm talking to my make-believe friend, aka PL lady, everything like that. It's one of those things. Wait, Raider close to people. He keeps trying to convince me nobody likes him. I didn't say he likes me. You can be friends with people without liking them. You can actually interact with people without liking them. You go to work every day and you don't like every single one of them. You know, it's not hard. It's not like being family with people. It's like you love them, but it doesn't mean you like them. That's what my grandma once told me. Say you can love all your family, but it doesn't mean you have to like them. And it works for everything. You know, he's stuttering because I said our entire. Oh, fuck off. You really put it in the chat. You really put it in the fucking chat. You really put it in the chat. Crazy. Crazy. Oh god. But yeah, I enjoy doing it. I enjoy doing the research. I enjoy doing the writing. I enjoy finding people to talk to. And honestly, not finding out their whole story eventually, but sitting down like this, talking to them and letting them have the platform to actually put it out there.
All right. Well, thank you for letting me be a part of it. I'd just like to say thank you to each and every one of you.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Blue. We're going to put you on the screen right now. I like all my friends. I consider it a requirement. Okay, you consider the requirement is not a bad thing for you. I like a mix because I like controversy a lot and chaos. You already know this already. But it's one of those things where I need to have different standpoints all the time. Because if I don't, then am I doing the best I can? Because I need to know from different angles. Like I'll bring out tricks. Like he sees something and I'll put my standpoint out there and he'll be like, okay, cool. Did you think about this? It's like, fuck. And I'm really tedious with look at that things and looking at it like that. And then he's just like, cool. Here, let's put a wrench in that because you didn't think about this shit. I was like, fuck, thank you, bro. I appreciate. I told him to do. I thanked him for that, and he's like, "What the fuck's wrong with you? Why did you thank me for that?" I asked you, like, "Do you mind if I tell you the drawbacks of this?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "You don't have to ask. Just fucking tell me. I'd rather know it." And I do that for anybody that comes across, like, even if they don't even know me for like a fucking minute, and they say something that like off the wall and stuff like that, and I say, "Oh no, this can happen." Just let you know that, and they usually get really mad. Really fucking mad. And I laugh about it. And they're like, why did you say something? It's like, well, because somebody probably didn't, you know? It goes back to like, somebody came to you, said, hey, I want to try this drug, I'm going to tell them that way when it comes across their life, they have that come to Jesus moment or that moment of realization. They'll be like, they told me about this and I didn't listen because I thought I knew everything. All right, cool. It's a humbling moment. Really humbling moment. You like chaos. I never would have known. Oh, yeah, I know, right? Okay, nice sarcasm there. I know it's hard to see Terry. I'm putting this on the wait. I know it's calling myself out here. I know it's hard to see Terry in chaos when his entire house is pristine except for his desk if he's eating. Wow. Look, I might have a little bit of a problem with, things being cluttered or dirty. A little bit. But yeah. So that is it for the podcast. Thank you everybody for joining. We hope you had a great time learning about JJ and his travels through life, through alcoholism and drug addiction. Saturday, we will be doing a podcast. I haven't decided if it's live or not yet. So yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting one because this one isn't somebody that we found. He came to us through a former podcast. So yeah, we hope y'all had a great night. And yeah. Now we can raid. 2 hours, 3 minutes. Cool. We're gonna raid out. Let's go here.
Thank you, Savage.
Yeah.
Thank you, Boss. Thank you, Raider.
No problem, dude. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, just chill for a few minutes. Yeah.
Should I think I
Dog
should.
runs my life.
Well, Paul runs mine too, man. I understand it. What the fuck? Oh, there we go. Cool. Let's see here. We're gonna do this because he's been coming around a lot. Actually, let's go here. Let's see here. Let's see if he's still alive. First.
Get up there.
Oh, Blue, you're being a dead horse with that one, man. Like she don't listen. I've known her for like fucking 6 years. She don't listen to shit. Just let you know that. Nope, they have followers only chat on, so we're not doing that. Nope. That's one. I haven't seen in a while. Nope. Let's see here. Too big, too big, too big. Cool. He's been lurking, so we'll send him. Raid. There he is. Let's see here. Let's look at his screen. Let's see what he's doing. Magic.
Yeah, see, you take way too long to pick a person.
I know I'm picky as fuck too. I'm picky as fuck because I want somebody that'll actually talk to chat. I have a lot of people that just stream the games and stuff like that, but they don't. Thank you, Cotton, for that resale. Appreciate you, homie. Hi, you came at the last of it. You know, it's all good. You got shit to do. But what you doing? I'm trying to find someone that's actually worth the fuck, in my opinion. Yeah, we'll go Kins. Kins it is. Yeah. And two, people have been changing their schedules up lately, man. Like the week, like because of holidays and stuff. So like they weren't here and then they were here. Then they weren't here again. Yeah. Kind of hard. And some people are still like, you know, vibing. Thank you for that sub again, Cotton. I really appreciate you. We're going to go here. Is that right? We're going to go to Kim. She's playing restaurants. I don't know what that is. But she's really cool. She's really chill. Yeah. Did I get the notification? Cool. All right. Thank you all for showing up and coming. I appreciate you so much. Sorry that, you know, it's a little shorter than normal, but we wanted to get his story out there and just ask a little bit tidbits questions. Have a good one. I will see you Thursday at 7 Central Time.
Peace.
Well,
I will be rating you at 701.
I will fucking burn your house down.